Welcome everybody to the ASC live stream. My name is Adam Jewell, and with me is Brendan Trex. So Brendan, how you doing, buddy?
Hey Adam, how's it going?
Just wonderful.
Thank you for being here tonight, by the way. We weren't sure if you'll be able to make it. Babe was supposed to be here. And then like
Optimus
2 hours
Prime blew up outside of town.
Yeah, like 2 hours ago, Babe's like, I was outside and squirrel hit the transformer and it blew up and I've got no power and it's not gonna be on the rest of the night. So I was prepared to do this by myself, but it's so much more fun when there's two to tango.
I bet you say that when it's just Babe on here too.
Well, I mean, ain't gonna lie.
Anywho, what's been new?
Greetings.
Captain's log.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I want to cover towards the end, so I want to take. So stick around till the end if you want the nitty gritty and the fun, exciting stuff that's coming down the pike.
Yeah, we have a secret back credits screen or scene. Right. We have a post credits.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm. You have to say one before and then after the credits too.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, not wait. What about you? What's been going on?
Nothing. Summertime started.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kids are done with school, so that's kind of how I know it's summertime now. But I still go to work every day.
Is there still snow on the ground?
No. Last week there was a few cold days though. But yesterday and today it was miserably hot. So it's South Dakota for you, bud.
That's right. Anyway, so you just want to hop into it and start this discussion then, since chatting it up?
Let's do it to it.
All right. Well, this is actually Babe's idea. He was the one that came up with the idea for this live stream. And he's not here. So I'm sure he's kicking himself. But anyway, he wanted to talk about underwater habitat security. And I thought that's pretty cool. And as I started looking into it a little more, it's like when we talk about security, when I say security, what comes to your mind?
Well, just having someone that you trust with your feelings and like makes you feel safe. No, security, I think of being protected and fail safes. Security doesn't always mean like security against crime. Security means stuff like, against like failures in systems and stuff too.
Yeah. My statement was, we often think about alarms and guards and security systems and deterrence. Or guards. Deterrence. But security ends up being a whole lot more than that, which we will get into. But I think the low hanging fruit of the discussion of security is the perimeter of how do you physically defend yourself, your structure in this place, and your underwater habitat, and in what ways can we look at defending it? Right now, the greatest defense is that's under 20, 30, 60 feet of water. So it's not the easiest thing to get to, but anybody with a pair of flippers and a mask can get to a lot of those right now with a big breath. So there's that. But some of the stuff, looking at, how techie do you want to get with it as well? I mean, putting a door on your your moon pool alone is a form of security you could have on there and have that thing locked out at night. I mean, you lock your house. So basically the same policy and principle there. But you're going to want to go a whole lot further than that to even like, do you have sonar built into your thing that the alerts of people coming in? Do you have drones that are constantly surveying your habitat?
Security cameras. I mean, simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, there's that too. I mean, obviously now with AI and stuff like that, it can monitor it for you. So you don't have to have somebody physically sitting there and watching it. But at the same time, with the AI or with whatever that comes in, how do you differentiate a 300-pound tuna from a 300-pound dude? So there's that too.
I could get mistaken for a manatee. Have you seen me and the manatee swimming side by side underwater?
Both are pretty scary. Like we talked about that last time with the girl screaming about the manatee. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, so that was some of the ones I had for the. I don't know if you want to add on to the physical deterrents that are out there.
Well, pardon me. One of the things too to add, or I guess it depends on how in depth you want to go with it. Like if you're talking protection, security against like submarines or something, just like it's out of our wheelhouse right now. Like
Yeah,
there's no reason for us to like be like, well, we can defend against torpedoes. No, we can't. Like I'm going to speak on our behalf and say that we're not prepared to defend like torpedoes. However, if like you said, if this was a matter of where they were data centers and you left them unattended for a while or something like that, you didn't want um, data thieves or whoever like taking a boat out there, diving down and messing with your stuff, having that kind of security system. Security against the elements itself, like how do you secure it when, uh, you know, granted, the deeper down you go, the less you have to worry about stuff like hurricanes and stuff like that. But however, you still have to have a form of structural security for um, just the weather itself or uh, currents, like strong currents or whatever. Uh, Also, security against just if I can't think of a specific creature right now, but if you had that open moon pool, like you said, there are potentially like things that would want to like, depending on where you're at, swim up and crawl up into your business.
yeah. Especially if it
Like
pops up there and it starts asking for tree fitty.
yeah, like that's how you know that it wasn't a Girl Scout anymore.
That's right.
Uh, I don't know why like alligators come to mind, but like I can't imagine that alligators would be in the same place that you have a deep enough habitat. But
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty sure maybe because I mean they're the ones that could go between the both, the water and the thing. But so your moon pool is a little bit higher up. I don't think they'd be able to get out and get
yeah,
into it too. So, but yeah,
but I mean there
still,
is plenty of fish though too that
yeah,
are like they see the a light source or whatever, and
yep,
just like a moth, they might just like
yeah.
run towards it. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of dead fish in here. Like I guess essentially the porch of your habitat.
Well,
But
yeah, and to your point, some of their things I hadn't broke down in different, like a perimeter. I had a structural, I had a digital security. So you're already touching base on a lot of that there. Um, but yeah, the security looks into what happens. You're talking about data centers there, but that's a whole other level of security versus just, hey, I'm living down there, I'm staying down there,
mhm,
because the risks in what's at stake there. I mean, human life is at stake at one, but data usually requires a little bit higher security even than your own home and stuff along those lines too. So, but that even goes to redundancies. If your power, your oxygen, your communication, in case of say you've got an umbilical that runs through the surface for most of your things, if it gets cut either nefariously or on accident or a storm like you're talking about, what do you do then? As we've talked about in previous episodes, there is no good underwater based data system or communication system that's going to allow you to send lots of data at once. It's very limited. So you could text, probably send an email or something along those lines, but anything beyond that is going to be very limited with a backup underwater communication system that's not umbilical or buoy, unless you have a buoy above you as well. So, but you still have to look at those, and you have to have some sort of a backup situation.
right. And while you were talking, I was also because I had to remember what they were called, and then did a little searching on it. But Faraday cages. I mean, they talk
Yes.
about those as far as like above ground structures that kind of block out electromagnetic interferences, and they have the technology for underwater ones as well. Just like you were talking, like it's already a little bit more trickier for that to be the deal underwater. However, it can be done. However, you can also protect yourself from that with the um, RF shielding and using
Yeah.
aluminum or whatever. Um, so yeah, I mean that ties in to the subject matter as well as uh, especially when it comes to we talk about like the data, like having something that protects all these servers or whatever from being hit with some sort of that electromagnetic, whether it's a weapon or a solar flare or whatever it may be, um, keeps it protected.
Yeah. And talking about Faraday cages, I've also thought about that, especially recently. I've thought about what if you made a whole entire habitat a giant Faraday cage? I mean, I
I
don't
mean,
know what
you
the
essentially have to if you wanted to.
yeah. I'm thinking how quiet it would be in there. It'd be
Oh,
nice.
it's about sound.
No, I'm saying physical, but I'm saying there would be no interference. There'd be no unless you like purposely have like trunks turned on stuff like that. You wouldn't have anything sending signals in and stuff like those lines unless you had a way to get that.
Oh, you're saying like
Just
you're like it's an underwater habitat for you, but where it cuts off all your communication with.
yeah, it's just like vibing and chilling and just like
Yeah, it's probably cool for a little bit, and then I think you'd go. I think you'd go crazy, like being like, I can't do anything.
well, maybe you have to escape. But anyway, um, another thing is when it comes to habitat security is the kind of going back to the structural aspect of the thing is the maintenance of it too. I mean, if it's made out of steel, is making sure it stays clean because if you start getting corrosion and stuff on there, it's going to start eating away at that metal, which then becomes a, a a problem on multiple different levels, not just structurally, but it opens up aspects for stuff to get in. And so the
Like
maintenance
water.
level, well, you
That's the
know,
big one.
yeah, just sticking holes in your
Yeah,
habitat down there.
get some Flex Seal.
Yeah, the tape. So yeah, is that what flex tape? Flex
Flex
seal?
Seal.
Oh, okay, whatever. Anyway,
R.I.P.
anyway,
Billy Mays.
was he the one that did flex tape?
I think in the very beginning.
Oh, okay. I was going to think of the other dude that's slapping her on the pane of glass and then riding the boat out in the water, or the pane of glass on the door out in the water. That wasn't Billy Mays.
I don't believe that was.
No. Completely off track here. But yeah. Uh, and so those were some of the bigger ones that I had as far as looking at securing your habitat. Because always when I'm envisioning it, it's one of those things where I don't want a buoy. I don't want some way so that people can see, hey, there's a habitat there. On the flip side, you kind of want them to know so that someone's not dropping an anchor on top of your habitat as well. So it's one of those type of things where, I mean, you boat out there and it's like drop the anchor and comes through you. That would probably be a bad day.
Right.
So how do you battle those two with keeping a quite a small footprint underwater that's very stealth and people don't know where you're at versus being protected from upside surface based attacks or just nuisances and stuff along those lines too. So these are all questions that haven't really been addressed because up till now everybody wanted to know where the habitats were and they wanted people to know where they're down there and stuff along those lines. And it hasn't been really a security risk because they've always been scientific research habitats, or in the case of like Morocco over in Maldives and stuff like that, it's attached to a bungalow right above. So your only entrance and access is through the suite that you're protected above. You gotta have keys and doors to get inside that. So that's kind of a different approach here.
Right.
So I don't know. So that's what we're talking about. It, and I'm sure people out there watching may have ideas and thoughts on this that obviously we haven't talked about or thought about here. And that's why we put this out here. So you can comment below, like and comment. Share this to your feed. Are you okay over there, Adam?
Yes. Yeah, I'm fine.
Anyway, so that was my, who knows what Babe had to say. Maybe he'll log on and chime in here. Maybe he's one of the people watching right now. But that was really the basics that I had as far as that topic tonight. Very quick, very concise. Unless you had some other stuff you wanted to add into it.
I don't. Harpoons.
Okay. I mean, I guess that is one of the things is if people do get in there, if there's some, body getting in, what do you do then? I mean,
harpoon.
You could. I mean, one of those things it's like almost like on an airplane. You don't want to shoot a gun because a gun's going to punch a hole in the thing. So I guess a harpoon would be the answer.
Mace.
Yeah, but then you're in a situation where it's recirculating the air.
I have seen those things.
Taser.
Kinda, where like these people, to me, I think it's cheating. But like when they're fishing, they stick like this electrical rod in the water, and it sends an electrical current in like a short little radius.
Yeah.
But if it's like a really condensed area of like fish, they just stick it in like, zzz, and like a bunch of fish float it because like.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, essentially, like, say if someone was like trying to climb in, and you're like, nah, don't get in here. Like, you can have the water by them, or have something built into your system to where it's just like, hey, that guy's not supposed to be coming in.
Hit the button, and it's like, zzz.
Yeah,
big old red button on the wall that just electrifies the water.
Tase them. That's probably what we would do.
Yeah.
I like it.
I do too. I think that would.
Yeah. Or we have like those twisty doors, like where they like kind of compress, like you see in the sci-fi movies where they like come together, like yeah, they twist together.
Yeah.
And except for like if someone's trying to climb in, and you do that in it.
What is it? What happens then?
They die. It cuts them in half.
Yeah, I mean that's an option. Well, hopefully it never comes to
the
that.
Water.
Hopefully it never comes to that.
Aquaman. Jason Momoa.
If Jason Momoa is visiting, I'll just let him come in.
Yeah, you would.
I mean, no, I'm just saying. I don't think he'd be up to anything negative. I think he's probably a nice guy.
He's a sweetheart.
Yeah. Do you know him personally?
I got blocked from his X account, so
did you really?
Things are getting no. Why would you think I was telling the truth about that?
I was like,
that'd be a pretty good story to tell. Be like, yeah, Jason Momoa blocked me on X.
Well, anyway, hey, since I guess we're gonna wrap up that topic there. But when you're talking about
ended on Momoa.
Yeah, no, we're talking about the electrical things that shock the water, stuff like that. Maybe think of I think in the first Subnautica they had something like that too, where like shock the water around like that. And you haven't played the second Subnautica yet.
I was gonna say take a quick second to tell us about Subnautica 2, because since last time we haven't it wasn't out last time we went live, and it came out last week.
Yeah, well,
2 weeks ago.
I think you need to get it so you, Babe, and me can hop in there, do a multiplayer on like Twitch or something like that some night. Because it's got full multiplayer in there. Anyway, it's amazing. I've been building. I beat the pre-access game. What's available out right now. I've just been collecting materials and stuff like that, preparing for whatever gets released next. But then I've got another map or another save that's just like habitats. I've got a 10-room underwater hotel I built with that I'm still furnishing. But meanwhile, I'm building basically the ASC habitat at the same time, which I was working on as well, just so we can kind of show off what that looks like as a walkthrough and stuff. But what's cool is in any of these games, you can invite other people in. So if you're playing, I can invite you in, and we can just hang out and play and do fun stuff. And so it might be fun to just start from the beginning, the three of us in a game, and see how far we can get in like an hour or two some night.
I was gonna, and I guess it must have just ended, but I was gonna just give a shout out to Steam, because they were doing that.
Oh yeah,
they were doing like an ocean game sale.
Did it end?
Yeah, because I'm looking at their front page and I'm not seeing it anymore. So But
Or here's the thing: anybody else that's out there is playing Subnautica 2 and they want to jump in there, shoot us a message. I'll play with you. We'll hop in there and build something.
get into the Discord, and then we'll set up a group for it.
Yeah.
I think we've got something figured out.
One thing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I actually bought kind of a stranger the first game. Like I'm a part of a Discord group that's just for like gaming dads. So like I hang out in there a lot, and it was like there was a guy on there, and it was his birthday, and he said he was having a rough morning. He just like his kids were being turds and all that stuff, and he's just like, it's my birthday and I'm already having a bad day, blah blah. I found him on Steam, and I seen that Subnautica was on his wish list, and it was also on sale at the time. So I'm like, here you go, buddy.
The first one or the second one?
First one, because it was like $7.
Yeah,
but it was on his wish list or whatever, and so I sent it to him. He appreciated that, and it felt nice to do something kind of nice.
That's right.
Yeah, so little mix of everything there, still in the realm of Subnautica.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry, you can proceed.
No, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't play too many games anymore, but I've been maxing Subnautica. I've got like 30 hours in this one map already. I just spent way too much time in there, and so I'm kind of glad that I beat the thing, so I can just like dink around now and not focus so hard on it anymore. But yeah, if you haven't played it, I definitely encourage you, especially since you're in here and you're probably interested in the ocean and stuff along those lines. Get that game; it's fun, especially with underwater habitats. A couple more things I wanted to talk about real fast. Some good stuff, some other stuff, but a lot of stuff has been going on. I had a phone call today. Been emailing. I sent a bunch of emails to some different locations here in the United States as far as a place to put ASC once we get it built. And one of them emailed me back. We've been emailing. I had a phone call with them today, and they are.
Are you going to drop a name, or are you just?
No, I told them
okay.
No, we're not going to drop names yet.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm like, maybe hold off on the name until.
Yeah. No, we're not dropping names. Gotcha. I said let's hang out, let's talk, and stuff along those lines. But they're super excited, super friendly to the idea. And in fact, they said they've kind of joked around that how cool it'd be to have one at their location for a couple of years now. So, yeah, it was a good conversation. They seemed excited. We're excited. I think that's the first step in actually having a location that's giving us the let's make this happen type of thing, versus hey, we'll talk type of thing. So good conversation, one that we need to pursue some more. I'm gonna try to make it part of one of my trips this summer, is to get up there, talk to Babe, see if he wants to go there and dive to put in a good word too while he's out there and check him out. But right. Yeah, it was good. And then the next step is now that we have a potential location there, that looks like it might work out, is now we need to get back onto the whole talking to investors, raising money, and moving forward on that. And I got some ideas on that I was explaining to Adam beforehand, which I'm not going to release yet. But if you have ideas on and thinking outside the box, that's what the big thing about this is. Investors, I've talked to several of them. Some of them were just wanting something that's not available, not even feasible. Some of them, I don't know if they're just jerking me around or what, but and then some of them were legit. It just, I wasn't to a point where I'm glad at the time that it didn't go through, because where I was then with the company versus where we are now was two completely different. It would have been a disaster. And yeah, so now that we're at I feel a more mature portion of place in the business, it's time to be looking at how do we get money, how do we get this thing built, and moving forward on that. So if you have ideas, shoot us a message, email me, whatever. But you can't do it on Facebook. And that's the next thing. If you've been following for a while, I talked about how that my account had been hacked, then banned. And so because of that, I don't have a Facebook presence anymore. But I had this old backup account that wasn't even under my real name. I just used it so that basically like a troll account, I guess, or whatever it was. And so I had Adam add me into the ASC page so that I could still update and post stuff along those lines. Well, Facebook saw that it wasn't a verified account, so they have flagged the Facebook page on top of things and suspended it. So we're working on getting me removed on that, so at least we can save the page. If we can't, we can't. I mean, it'd be nice to, but staying active on X, LinkedIn, and YouTube with a lot of the content, and just moving that way. So if you follow us on any of those things, that's definitely the way to reach out. Probably LinkedIn is probably the best route. I'm heavy on there because I'm in my hating meta phase of life right now. I think everybody kind of does, but it's the necessary evil out there sometimes. But there is that. So the last little bit of housekeeping before we wrap things up tonight is that I think this may be the last live stream we do for a while. Babe doesn't know about this. I just broke it to Adam right beforehand. And it was a culmination of a lot of different things. There's the Facebook thing for one. It was the scheduling with Babe and Adam to, especially with summer coming upon us and stuff like that. In stuff schedule, it's hard. It's the making sure we have content that I feel people may be interested in and talking about and being prepared for. And then it's also the concern that we've had, especially here recently over the past year or two, was we're talking about things out there that we see other people doing the same thing. And whether they're getting it from us or whether we're coming together with the same ideas, I don't know. But it becomes a concern where actually now that we're moving further and closer to getting things moving again, do we put information out there that may be a concern that somebody could take and run with? I don't know. And just the focus alone has kind of shifted over the years from live stuff to more pre-produced stuff. So even though we may not do lives anymore, we will still come together, do videos, but we can edit them and have better graphics and content and stuff in there as well. And then of course there's always the podcast where I put out twice a week information. That's a great opportunity to get content as well. So there is content still coming out there. There's still information coming out there. It's just these lives that we do once a month probably will not be happening again for a while, unless it's something big deal we want to come out there and talk about. Maybe like holiday ones like Halloween or Christmas and stuff along those lines. We might want to do ones then because those are always fun. Or like gaming, if we're doing Subnautica or something along those lines, may hop in there on those. But on a regular basis, like we have been doing, I can see for this season at least that this being probably one of the last ones, if not the last one for a while. So,
and that's okay.
It is okay. Things evolve. We've been doing this pretty heavy now for a few years. People know who we are. If they don't by now, I don't know what else to do at this point in time. Because when you search underwater habitats on anywhere, it's either us or deep that comes up usually. And it was just us until about a year ago. So we had saturated the YouTube algorithm, at least for that, for quite a while. And I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, you have anything you want to add in there, Adam? You want to close it out?
Let's close it out, bud.
Close it out.
Let's take it home.
Yeah, okay. I'm ready for you over here.
You can do the banners.
I got them.
www.atlanticcolony.com. That is where our website is located on the interwebs. Go ahead and use Microsoft Edge or Netscape Navigator, Firefox, Opera, or Google Chrome. Safari. That was the one I was. Safari is which one?
Mac.
I thought Opera was.
Safari.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Tor? No, I don't think we're.
Yeah, that's another one.
I thought also, that was strictly for deep web stuff.
No, there's a Tor browser, and there's also a Vivaldi. There's also an Arc. Brave.
Yeah, find us on those.
There's an AI one too. I had, but it was stupid, so I uninstalled it.
Yeah, go there. Find we got pictures, we got the visuals, we got all the contact info on there. We got the links to all the socials.
And Netscape Navigator does not work very good on our new website, by the way. I've tried it.
I thought we had determined that didn't even function anymore.
It functions, but it's pretty rough.
Here's the deal: if somebody's watching us using Netscape Navigator,
I don't think you can. I don't think it's even possible.
Netscape Navigator wasn't working very good in '95.
You can contact us through ICQ.
Yeah, ICQ, AOL Instant Messenger. Oh man. Yeah, download our episodes on Kaza. Don't do that. Anyways, sorry. Anyways, on the website you can find links to our contact info, the socials, the Discord. Pop up the Discord. Yeah, so go on our Discord. Like I said, get the link on the website. It's been a little dead in there, a little quiet. We want you guys to come help liven it up. So please join and help us pep up the conversation a bit. We have a lot of members. It's just conversation's a bit slow lately.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We need to go in and start talking about Subnautica and get some of it.
Yeah. And about now that we got a location and stuff, we actually got some news and stuff to talk about in there.
Yeah. But we need some new blood in there.
Yep.
All right. So also Colonize the Ocean podcast. These live streams get turned into a podcast. Brendan puts out a short one every week as well.
And then an AI one on Fridays. And really, I'm surprised that, the amount of listens that it gets, I'm able to see that. It's more than I thought for such a niche type of thing. So I'm very grateful to anybody that consumes that content, because I'm just excited that we're getting that many listens to it.
Patreon.com/Atlantis Seed Colony.
Wait. Ooh,
right there. Look at that QR code up there. Why don't you take a minute, open up your phone, scan that code, get to our Patreon, become a member. We have
what if they're watching this on their phone?
Members. Huh?
What if they're watching this on their phone?
Ooh. There's a way to do it. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, if you're already on your phone, just go to the website. Anyway,
that's true.
Thank you to our Patreon members, the paid members. We have Brian Acosta. We got S. Babe Hyde. Those are our paid members as of right now. And what about our free members, Brendan? They get a little shout out too. We got Douglas Risley, Adelena F., Hans Cederberg, Rick Segrist, Eric Schlitt, Ron Peters, ETG, Martin Reese, and yours truly. And those are, you can always just find us.
And here's the thing too. I'll say this. With the podcast, I put out a poll every Monday that coincides with the podcast. So this is the podcast that comes I release it at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time every Monday morning. And the podcast poll released at the same time. It's free. You don't even have to be a Patreon member to take the poll. You just go to our thing and just take the poll. It's just out there to get people talking and get people giving their viewpoints and their thoughts on the stuff I'm talking about. So
yeah, join so you can take the poll. That's really one of the things you can do as a member. Take the poll for us and be a part of our discussions. And just another little thing to be a little bit of the community members there. So it's been a long night, Brendan.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. So we will, providing more news as some time progresses on how we will communicate some of those things. We're trying, like you said, we're trying to get the Facebook deal figured out, because that's been a mess.
Yep.
But having said all that, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
And this won't be the very last live stream.
No, like I said,
make occasions.
Yeah, it's just won't be every month like it has been. Unless we can get together and get VODs produced once a month or something, which would be nice. But again, I'm not going to force something. But I do have 2 big ones I'm working on right now that you guys may want to be involved with.
Right.
But otherwise, And maybe that'll work better. I'll talk to you off screen about that. Be some fun produced content that's a little bit higher quality, and
we did talk about the ASC After Dark. We need, we're still
we do need to do that. And
trying to figure that out.
Maybe that will be our Subnautica one too. I don't know, or it's completely separate. We can talk about it. We'll get you.
We got ideas.
We do. We got lots of ideas. We got stuff that we've been talking about for years that we haven't done. We should have done by now too. But like the food episode.
I think we talked about that 7 years ago.
Anyway, all right. Well, thank you, Adam, for coming out tonight. Thank you for everybody watching this now or later. And we'll catch you later.